Hi, welcome back to my channel. Baby is napping, which is totally unheard of. So I thought I would take the opportunity to do a quick update. So if we rewind quite a few months, I had gone on the path of intuitive eating. So just a bit of a backstory. A few years ago, I was a bikini athlete. So obviously had a strict diet, strict training plan, and yeah, became a bit obsessive about everything that I ate. I like to eat clean, and then I became pregnant. So obviously I ate a lot more food to help the baby grow, and then gave birth. So my son is now 15 months old, and I have been exclusively pumping. So as much as I wanted to try and get back into health and fitness, I'm not going to lie, for one reason it was to try and get like my body back, because when you're used to having your body a certain way and then it changes through pregnancy, no matter how amazing pregnancy is and how amazing the female body is to grow a baby, it's still hard and weird to see your body change so much. Like, obviously I appreciated what my body did and grew my baby, but I still wanted to get my body back near to how it was. Also, I enjoy health and fitness. I enjoy exercising. It makes me happy. I'm one of these people that do actually really enjoy exercise and the way it makes me feel. And the same with healthy eating. I enjoy healthy eating. So about 7 weeks after baby was born, I was back training in our home gym and was eating reasonably well. I kept my calories quite high. Because I pump my milk, I can obviously see exactly how much milk I make, and as soon as I would drop my calories a bit, my milk supply would decrease. So that was up to then, and then a few months ago I decided I wanted to try intuitive eating. This was because I found myself a bit obsessed with food. All I could think about was food. I was getting annoyed every time I stood on the scales and it wasn't really going the way I wanted. And it was just all becoming too much and was stressing me out. So I think nowadays when I'm on Instagram, like there's trends, isn't there? Like back in the day, everybody wanted to be super skinny. Then there was the trend of like strong, not skinny. So girls started lifting weights, which is obviously brilliant. And now I feel like the intuitive eating is everywhere on my Instagram, which is also great. Like, I don't feel women should feel pressured to diet, and I don't feel society should make us feel like we have to be strong or skinny or anything. As long as we're happy and healthy and our mental health is good, I feel that's what's most important. So every time I was going on social media, I was getting all this intuitive eating messages. And it's true, like whatever you're reading all the time, it does sink into your brain. So I thought, why not give it a go? So I tried it for about 3 months, and I have done a previous video of how I found the first 4 weeks. So I won't go into that now, but like the first week, it was good. I basically ate healthily, but ate what I wanted and wasn't weighing things. I wasn't weighing myself. I felt like positive about it. And the first 4 weeks, I feel like it really did help. Then I kind of was just eating junk, which isn't the right way to go about intuitive eating. Sorry. But I'm not mad about it. Like I said, I'd been on a very restricted diet for years. So eating cake for a little bit doesn't really matter, does it? It did me a world of good not weighing my food, not weighing myself. I learned that the world doesn't stop. I'm not going to die if I eat a biscuit or cake. So that was good. I learned like just not to let the scales control me. But after a good few months of trying it, I realized that I really did miss like tracking my food and knowing about my nutrition and what exactly I was eating. And I did gain weight. So in the like 14 weeks, I probably gained a stone. And my body did change quite a lot. And this isn't to put anyone off, because I feel like if I'd carried on with the intuitive eating, it all would have balanced out in the end. Like, I wouldn't have been going for so much cake. I probably would have ate more healthily in the end. And yeah, I feel like it all would have balanced out in the end. I don't think I would have just kept gaining a stone like every few months. Do you know what I mean? But what I found hard, so I was trying not to let the weight gain get to me, because I wanted to learn lessons from this intuitive eating. And I was like, it's fine, I'll just buy bigger clothes. But the problem is, the clothes that I liked that would normally fit my body before, they just weren't suiting me anymore. So I was like, that's fine, I'll buy a different style of clothes that will fit like my new body shape. But I just didn't like those clothes. So then I was stuck in a bit of a limbo. Like, I didn't want to buy the new style clothes because I just hated them. Couldn't obviously buy the old style clothes because they just didn't suit this body. And so I was just a bit like, it was making me sad, because I was like, I want to wear the clothes and the style of fashion that I like. I don't know if this sounds petty or vain, but I'm just being truthful, that's how it was. So I then began to miss like having a plan of what I was going to eat. I felt like really unorganized. I know the whole point of intuitive eating is to eat what you fancy on that day, but I'm a very organized person in all aspects of life. I like to know what's going on. I am a bit of a control freak, so I do like having control. So I like knowing roughly what I'm going to eat in the week, going to the shop, buying the food, and that's what I have. Whereas intuitive eating is a bit of a like, oh, I'm hungry now and I fancy this, but I haven't got this. I was probably doing it all wrong, but I just found it a bit of a nightmare, like planning food. When you have a baby as well, or a toddler, I like having my food all prepped so I can just grab it and eat it, rather than being like, oh, I fancy this, but we haven't got this, so now I've got to go to the shop to get this, to then come home and make this. So that's why it wasn't really working for me. So about another 14 weeks ago, I decided to go back to tracking, back to my old coach, who obviously I love. And that's worked well for me. So in those 14 weeks, I've managed to lose that stone that I put on. So roughly the same amount of time it took me to put on, it's come back off. And at first I felt like face palming and being like, oh, I've just wasted all that time. Because think of how much further on I could be if I didn't do that intuitive eating. But sorry if I'm talking really quick, I'm just thinking the baby's going to wake up soon. So yeah, I was at the stage where I was like, oh, I've just wasted all that time. I could be like 14 weeks ahead of where I am now. But actually it taught me loads of lessons, and now I am tracking my food, tracking my macros, back on like an exercise plan, but I don't feel as restricted. So if I did want to eat a treat or whatever, I know that it's not going to be the end of the world. So it did teach me loads, and it taught me like not to really care about the scales as much. I think some people are going to say I didn't give it a fair enough chance, but to me that was long enough to know that I prefer being on plan. I'm happier on plan. I'm happier I can wear the clothes I like. So yeah, I feel like intuitive eating works for so many people, and I think it's amazing. And I don't think that we should be always dieting or like exercising to lose weight. I exercise because I enjoy it, and I eat healthy food because I enjoy it. It just helps me to know that my nutrition is good, and to have a plan where I can just grab my food. So yeah, that's that. So in the next few months, basically, I hope to just, I hate this word, but like tone up a little bit. Obviously my periods have come back now, and I think I've had like 4, so I'm conscious I don't want to diet or stress my body too much, because I don't want to lose them again for years like I did before. So I'm in a good place mentally, and I feel healthy, I feel good. And that was my experience with intuitive eating. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that from my experience. I feel like it helped so many people, and it helped me in many ways. It's just not something that I want to do long term.